puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yep. Welcome to the Basement Sports Network Postgame Show. I'm your host, Optimistic Royal A. Shepherd. I know what everybody's feeling right now, and I am here to help you guys contextualize it. Exactly. Nobody's surprised at all, because the Miami Heat have never been a regular season team. All right? Let me tell you what you guys are watching. You're watching a team that nobody is going to want to see play in the playoffs. No team is going to want any parts of the Miami Heat come postseason. Because this is a team full of scrappy people who never give up. All right? So tonight, look, you talk this up. You playing the second highest scoring team in the league. You enjoyed not watching this game. You missed a good one. You said, I don't watch Heat games anymore. How we look tonight? We look tough. Triple J sent a message to Bam. I don't know what that message was, but Bam got it. Tonight, the Miami Heat lost the game. But are we really losing? Is that what's really happening with the Miami Heat? Or are they preserving themselves for the uphill climb and the challenge that awaits them in the play-in? What is it, seven straight losses? Huh? In order to appreciate victory, you must first understand defeat. And that is what's happening right now. What you mean? Is that not true? Are those not words to live by? I don't think you guys understand. When we get to this play-in tournament, right? We're going to be the 10th seed. Everybody's going to doubt us. Everybody is going to say we have no chance. Y'all know what happened the last time we was in a play-in tournament and somebody said we had no chance? We came out to play-in. Y'all know what happened the time before that when the Miami Heat were in the play-in and they said we had no chance? We came out the play-in. And, let's not forget, we just so happened to make a teeny tiny little run to something called the NBA Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself. All right? Prepare yourself. The drama is building, which is going to make our rise to the top of this league even more precious. I'm not going to tolerate no more of y'all bullshit, bro. I can't do it. You guys are slandering our players. You guys are talking bad about these guys. What did you talk about? Gentlemen, remove this nigga from my show. Relax. Like, I got somebody who's going to come up here and educate you guys.
My heart's not even in it, dog. Like, I've been watching too much fake hoop to say real hoop talk, dog. Like, I don't even know what this bullshit I'm watching is.
Not bullshit. Preparation, Stone.
Facts. Because wait until we get in the playoffs.
We are being forced to the fire as we speak. Okay? Now, of course, See, y'all don't remember when we was in like 54 clutch games in a season, and that helped prepare us for the playoffs. When the game slows down and all the games are close. Just like y'all not understanding. Getting blown out by the Memphis Grizzlies, getting blown out by the Boston Celtics, losing double-digit leads every other game this season, Spo being the worst coach of all time that I've ever seen, cost this franchise, all a part of Pat Riley's master plan. In Pat we trust. It's called have the guts. Okay? I don't know if y'all know, these are words to live by. So Stone, again, I'm not tolerating anybody kind of like painting the picture.
I got you.
Tonight. So I need you to go ahead and tell me what you saw tonight, so that everybody can understand like what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, when you have an unstable ingredient like Jimmy Butler,
correct.
It has like a negative ripple effect on the recipe that you're cooking, right? So like your young guys, like you gotta, once Jimmy Butler leaves, you gotta give them some fine tuning, make sure that they're ready to go for this playoff battle. I know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that the Heat are exactly where they want to be. Like, no doubt about it. What's going to come out on the other side of this is going to be beautiful. Spo already told this deal. Like, who am I to doubt him?
You keep building the tent.
Exactly. Just don't fold it. Don't let go of that rope. We're holding on strong, and we're coming for the playoffs. And nobody wants to see the Miami Heat in the playoffs.
What's happening right now? Like, what's happening right now is like people are looking at, like, so let's take, for instance, these last 3 games where we've seen Spo tinker with the starting lineup routinely. We saw a game where he removed Kel'el Ware, inserted Haywood Highsmith in the second half of a basketball game, only to come back the next game, start Jaime Jaquez instead of Kel'el Ware in that game. He also removed Davion Mitchell out the starting lineup, inserted Duncan Robinson. And then this game, he comes back, he starts Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo. And in the second half, he removes Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson only plays 13 minutes. Obviously, that's Spo. You know what I mean? He's just playing around with different lineups that he plans on using in the playoffs, particularly with Duncan. I feel like he's just saving him for later on down the line and like keeping his minutes low so that he doesn't. I don't think he wants to wear any other players out. So like you got Andrew Wiggins playing 22 minutes tonight. Tyler Herro only playing 22 minutes tonight. Like Spo's limited his minutes so that they can ramp up when it comes time in the last 2 weeks of the season for the playoffs. What did you think about Spo kind of like moving pieces around in order to make sure that we're still effectively playing everybody in positions that help them succeed?
I mean, what is this now? Year 15, still the best in the business. Come on now. That's Eric John Gotra right there. He's got the Heat exactly where he wants them.
So I don't know how to explain it, but the Heat losing like this and putting us through everything like this is racist, or at the bare minimum, a violation of the Geneva Convention. First of all, the Heat are not putting you through anything, Ray.
They're preparing.
We're not making the playoffs.
Check the standings.
Clown. Like you don't know ball. When have the Miami Heat ever missed the playoffs when making the play-in tournament? I'll wait. Never. It has not happened, bro. Do you not remember Max Strus versus Chicago? You could. Like, what do you mean produce? I am producing. Producing a fabulous show. All right? Educating the minds of people who are sitting up here routinely coming here. So let's get into some of these individual players. Tyler Herro, tough shooting night. 3 of 12 tonight, 8 points on 12 shots, 1 of 4 from the three-pointer, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, which he got on the technical, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. I want to focus on 2 parts of his game particularly. The playmaking, the 7 assists that he got tonight, setting guys up, passing the ball all the way around, beautiful. And the defense, 2 steals, 1 block from Tyler Herro. Listen, bro, I think that this leap that he's taken this year has shown itself, it's manifested itself in several different ways. So now we're seeing him being able to draw attention, being able to blow by people off the dribble, able to draw 2-3 defenders over, and finding the right person after he jumps up in the air with nowhere to go with the ball. He just happens to find people. It's like Luka Doncic-esque. You know what I mean? It's like he has eyes in the back of his head. So, like, I want you to talk about his playmaking, and particularly like that defense. Like we've talked about all year, how he's taking a step forward on that side of the ball, and to see the results come with the steals and the blocks, like it just kind of encapsulates the All-Star season that he's having.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the playmaking step, like the fact that he's been able to take such a huge leap there, and that they can bring Davion Mitchell off the bench, like that's going to afford them so many options in the playoffs. Like Davion Mitchell can run that bench unit and be the point guard of that unit because he's a great playmaker as well. And you know, Tyler Herro can lead the main guys, and Duncan Robinson's going to figure it out, no doubt. I mean, that's starting shooting guard right there, point hero. Like we just got to keep working that dribble handoff action. Like Bam's playing great. Like, you know, people are going to make a big deal about the single digit scores, whatever, but like it's cool. Like he is playing exactly how the Miami Heat want Bam Adebayo to play. It is just beautiful, and we are very close. Like it's just an adjustment period.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that you brought up Bam. The single digit thing, of course, that's been an aberration. Like the start to the season, he had been in the Olympics, and so he needed time to ramp up into the season. And it took him like a month or so. But once he finally got going, we saw what Bam was capable of. Missing that, you asked what's happening. We're doing a postgame show talking about the Miami Heat. What else? Where you going, Alex? Where you going, bro? Like, you'll be back. But yeah, like I'm glad that you're pivoting into Bam Adebayo. Like the single-digit scoring game, the past 2 games were an aberration. Yes, he only shot 7 shots, but that's because he was doing so much else in terms of like making the game easier for people. We do need Bam to shoot the ball, and tonight he responded. And I don't understand like people not understanding the ebb and flows of an NBA season, where players are going to have some down nights or whatever. But tonight, Bam took the most shots on the team, 15, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 free throws, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, 18 points, 6 rebounds. I would like to see more rebounds, but that's good enough. He got 2 blocks and a steal, so he was also doing his work on the defensive end. Bam, as a two-way player, still the best in the business, and I have no doubt that at one time, you know, he led our team in scoring in the finals. So when we talk about players that are experienced, players that we can expect to step up, I'm looking for Bam to score maybe like 26, 27 points a game once we get to the playoffs. But yeah, talk about his game tonight. Talk about what we should expect from him down the line.
Yeah, you know, he's had a lot on his plate. Like he's covering for very young rookie center. So he gets caught up in the action sometimes, and like that's why some of these other bigs have like these huge scoring nights, and people want to try and pin that on him, but it's not on him. Like he's impacting the game in every facet. Like he's playing hard. There's really nothing you can complain about Bam's game right now. Like we know what Bam does in the playoffs. Playoff Bam, very much a thing. Like these teams don't want to see him. Nobody wants to see Bam Adebayo in the playoffs. I promise you that.
No, for sure, especially not a player like Jaren Jackson, who ended up scoring 31 points on Bam Adebayo tonight. But we know that is more aberration than the norm. Jaren Jackson seemed like he can get anything he wanted. Nobody looked like they can guard him tonight. But of course, we know that when Bam Adebayo is locked in on the defensive end of the ball, like nobody can touch him in that regard. Justin Franklin with the 199. Don't know. We appreciate you, bro. You know real hoop when you see it. What is this? What are you talking about?
I got no idea what he means by that.
Never. Come on, bro. Relax. Let us do the show, bro. Let's pivot to Khalil, where the other big tonight. He had a fantastic game, 19 and 11. He was probably the best player on the floor for our team tonight. Again, we want to thank Justin Franklin with the 199. Don't know. He said, I will sign in from this IHOP and in this show.
That Rudy Tootie fresh and fruity.
Yeah, bro. Relax, bro. Let me cook. Khalil Ware 8 of 14 tonight, 19 points, 11 rebounds. I'm sorry. You can't point to another rookie in this league that has had the impact that Khalil Ware has had. From the offensive game, the three-point game has allowed us to expand our offense. The rebounding has been a plus for this team. And of course, the length is something that we've been asking for years. And he provides that in spades. So First of all, let's talk about Kel'el Ware being the front runner. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, Kel'el Ware is the front runner for Rookie of the Year. I don't think it's particularly close. But tonight, huge impact. Was not outplayed by Zach Edey at all in any regard, and seems like his game has taken a step forward to the point where I feel like he's ready for a larger workload come playoff time. As a Kel'el Ware super fan, talk about his game and his development.
Hey, listen, if they did a redraft tomorrow, we're looking at the number 1 overall pick. And where did the great Pat Riley get him? Number 13. Listen, like, you just got to trust in this front office. They have a vision. Kel'el Ware was not ready to start the season as a rookie, but, you know, he has shown just consistent development. Like, whatever answer the other team has for him, he's got another answer. Like, he is the answer. Like, no offense to Allen Iverson, but we're looking at Kel'el Ware, the answer. Listen, this team is so set up for playoff success, it's unbelievable. No one's going to have Kel'el Ware on their scouting reports. I mean, he's just going to go crazy when he gets put in that starting lineup. Like, it's unbelievable.
Bro, it's been amazing to see how he's adjusted, especially to, like, people tagging him on the rolls. Hasn't been able to get as many lobs off, so he's found a way to kind of, like, use his post moves, the array of post moves that he has in his arsenal to kind of continue his effective scoring. And the three-point shot, 2 of 6 tonight, a little lower than what he's accustomed to, but still a pretty good shooting night for a big. You want your big man taking the most threes on the team, especially if it's a big man with the shooting capabilities of Kel'el Ware. I was having a conversation with someone online yesterday about when people are talking about trading Kel'el Ware, which I find to be absolutely absurd. I was saying that, like, people would probably be better off looking for a guy like Derek Lively, who may be available in the market with the glut of big men that they have over there in Dallas. And I mean, although Kel'el Ware would be the bigger prize, I think Derek Lively is the more attainable piece, because going forward, I'm venturing to say that Kel'el Ware is an untouchable for me. Like, I think Bam, Kel'el Ware, Tyler Herro, obviously, Davion Mitchell at this point, Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith,
Duncan Robinson,
Pele Larson, Kevin Love, can't leave him out. Even Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think all of those guys should be a part of this roster for the foreseeable future, because we need time to let them kind of, like, gel and to see what this roster can eventually become. I'm sorry, Andrew Wiggins.
Absolutely.
Come on. Let's actually pivot to Andrew Wiggins. Obviously tonight we got a night that we're not accustomed to. Like, Andrew Wiggins is customarily 18 to 22 point scorer on this team, has been consistent his entire time here. But tonight, 8 points, 3 of 8, 1 of 5, 22 minutes. Again, I think that is Spo kind of reserving these guys for the playoff push that we're going to eventually go on. But you can talk about Andrew Wiggins, 22 playing 22 minutes, pretty ironic. But go ahead, talk about Andrew Wiggins a little bit.
Yeah, that number 22 just lucky in Miami, I guess. Listen, 3 for 8, not the greatest shooting night in the world, but, like, these guys are playing a back-to-back against, like, they just played the NBA champion Boston Celtics last night. Like, I don't got smoke for anyone. Like, I'm here for this team, to support this team and nurture this team through this tough stretch. Like, they just have a really tough schedule right now. Like, it's only going to make them better come playoff time. Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind. This team's so ready. Like, I think Andrew Wiggins is the perfect vet for your team going into the playoffs. I mean, he was very clearly the most impactful player on that Warriors championship team the last time they won it. Like, that is why the great Pat Riley identified him as the talent to replace Jimmy Butler in this next build. And team's in a great spot with him. I'm just excited to see how he can continue to fit into this roster.
I think they've already kind of done an excellent job of integrating him. I particularly like the way that they use him in a similar fashion to Jimmy Butler, where they like, it's like a heavy diet of the mid-range post ISOs. And of course, that's the exact way that you want to operate with Andrew Wiggins on this roster. You want to give him as many touches as possible in isolation and allow him to create for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. My favorite member of the basement has joined, Ant Donardo. Please let me know, best friend, how is your night going so far?
Oh, Royal, I feel fantastic. I see the comments in here. I see the hats. and nothing gives me more excited. Fair warning, though, I actually had to shut the game off with about a minute to go. Did they come back or no?
Not quite. They made a valiant effort, but they couldn't quite get over the hump.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I wasn't sure because I was getting ready for the post-game stuff, so I didn't see the end. But I wasn't too sure because with this team, it wouldn't have shocked me if they went on a run because my favorite thing about them is they don't let go of the rope. You know, Spo preaches that, and this team really embodies that. And listen, I'm talking to all the casuals now that maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you haven't watched basketball long, so you don't really understand how the game works. But there's a such thing called bad nights. Some nights you play well, some nights you don't. That happens in life, right? So to sit here and judge this team after one bad game, I think it's ridiculous because you remember this is a meaningless regular season game. Correct. You guys remember the last time the Heat played the Grizzlies in a game that mattered? Well, let me take you back just 5 months ago in the championship of the Summer League. Well, guess what? The Heat dominated the Grizzlies in the championship. Khalil Ware dominated that game. And then today, he dominated Zach Edey, who was taken ahead of him. Khalil Ware today, 19 points, 10 boards. Zach Edey, who the hell knows what he did? And let me tell you another reason that I'm very optimistic about this team going into the postseason, you know, outside of the reasons that you said, Andrew Wiggins and whatnot. But Tyler Herro, people clowned him for saying he wanted to be in the same conversation as Luka, didn't make the All-Star team this year. Same conversation as Trey, didn't make the All-Star team this year. Same conversation as Ja Morant. Well, guess what? People called Tyler Herro fragile. Pat Riley called Tyler Herro fragile. Well, what did Ja Morant do tonight? Ja Morant didn't play. And Tyler Herro was out there and he was flirting with a double-double. 8.7 assists. That's what Tyler. I knew that was going to get you, bro. That's what Tyler Herro did today.
Shit.
He's flirting with a double-double.
I do expect the Miami Heat to look, whatever you guys may think about where the team is headed, we already know what the outcome is going to be. I think everybody's pretty much resigned themselves to the fact that we're going to be in the play-in tournament. Unfortunately, I think for the last couple of games, we should look to see how far they can climb up into this play-in tournament. I think they may still have a mathematical shot. And you can't do this. I think they still may have a mathematical shot at the 6th seed. Right now, they're only 7.5 back of the Detroit Pistons, who, ironically, we have coming up on this schedule. So I think in the next game or so, you might look to see Miami kind of like solidify the rotation that they're going to do. I think they're going to go into a 10-man rotation. Just because they have to mix and match, and they have a lot of guys that they have to play. This roster is extremely deep and plentiful in talent, so you have to make sure that you create space for all of these players to play. But I think Miami's kind of gearing up for a run at that 6th seed to avoid the play-in tournament. But if not, I think at the very least they can overtake Orlando and Atlanta to make sure that they're in the best position to win one game, get them some rest before the first round starts, and allow those other teams to kind of battle it out for the bottom. Want to thank Roddy Bricks for the $5 dono. He said, blink twice if Ethan got a stick pointed behind the camera. Roddy Bricks, my gun don't jam. And Ethan know that. Just want to but yeah, but no, look, we did a game last night. And I would love to kind of like continue this conversation because as you guys know, like this is my favorite topic of all time, talking about the Miami Heat playing basketball. But we have another game coming up. This is the second night of a back-to-back. So we're going to start talking about the next game, which we're going to play the New York Knicks on Monday. And great news, Jalen Brunson won't be playing. So I'm expecting Tyler Herro to have a big night. I'm expecting Terry Rozier to have a big night. I'm expecting Pele Larson to kind of get some run in there. But most importantly, I'm expecting this team to blow that shit up. Fuck is you talking about? I think at this point, we're going to start to see the talent of this team come through versus lesser talented teams like the New York Knicks. So I'm assuming that once we play the New York Knicks, that'll be the first game on like when we get to rattling off a couple. We just lost 7, so I think at this point they're going to kind of turn it on and then come on with a 7-game win streak just to kind of get things started here. Stone, give me your thoughts on the next game. The boy feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling amazing. Bing bong. Yeah. That's what Bam Adebayo is going to be doing all night to fucking Karl Anthony Towns. No doubt about it. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
For sure.
The Heat are going to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Haywood Highsmith, he's going to have the best game of his career. Mikal Bridges is very much the Walmart version of him. Like, he's going to go crazy when he sees him in front of him. And, like,
in his dreams, Stone.
Exactly, dog. Like, Andrew Wiggins gonna finally make that Heat statement game. Like, he's finally getting comfortable with this roster. Like, they're gonna keep giving him these opportunities to be Jimmy Butler. And, like, you know how Jimmy Butler always stepped in Madison Square Garden. Like, I expect Andrew Wiggins to step twice as hard. Like, no doubt in my mind, he's gonna go crazy. The Heat are gonna blow that shit out. Heat by 50. Write it down.
Easy money. And last and the greatest. The boy feeling good?
Yeah, I absolutely am. You brought up the good point earlier of how the Heat are kind of locked into the play-in tournament one way or another. And the best, make sure y'all hit the like button, man, for real hoop talk. And the best part about it, though, is this team's confidence right now. You know, after a game like last night where they shot 58% from the free throw line, they could have easily let that rattle them. But no, they came in today. They shot 80% from the line. And when you talk about just the poise on the defensive end, when you talk about the poise on the defensive end, the Memphis Grizzlies today, 16 fouls, Miami only 14. And that just goes to show that they have a lot of confidence and poise. And also, I was going to mention, the young guys. They're locked into the play-in tournament. So I love the fact that the young guys are able to get this run. And you may be asking yourself, hey, well, why is Kyle Anderson getting 30 minutes? Well, remember, he was a point guard 12 years ago. He knows what it's like to run an offense. And I think putting him out there, he's just like the guys like Pella and Jaime are just able to be a sponge and soak up everything that Kyle Anderson brings to the table.
And we're not even talking about when they get Jovic back. This is the part that people are forgetting, that this team is not even complete. This team is not even whole yet. All right. So once we're fully healthy, raps, GG's.
Well, I don't understand. Like, this team just lost Jimmy Butler like 2 weeks ago. Give him time to mesh. I mean, Bam and Herro been playing together just 6 years? And listen, I don't miss Jimmy Butler. This is
the first time is like number one and number two options. So it's almost kind of like year one.
That's my point. Listen, Jimmy Butler has 9 points right now. Now, it's only halftime, but still, one of them was like a banked in 3 from half court. Shouldn't even count. Should have 6 points. Last game, Jimmy Butler had 6 points. Warriors won by 34. He only had 6 points. I'm happy that guy's off my team. I like Wiggins. I like the cap flexibility. We've talked about the free agents next year. I'm hopeful. I'm very optimistic of this team. They don't let go of the rope. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and I think Spo's kind of like he's been leading us into that place this entire time. Just kind of, and if you listen to his post-game interviews, bro, like, it lets you know that the process is still good with the Miami Heat. Like, the fact that they are still focused on winning a championship, that's what makes this organization better than most. All right. And especially with this front office that believes in kind of some of these players that no other team wants or even thinks to look at in terms of being NBA talent. Like, Miami is the place that they come because they know they'll be welcome here and they know they're going to be given an opportunity to maximize that talent. Like, Haywood Highsmith is a prime example of this. Did not play a single second of basketball tonight, but we know we are going to see him come playoff time. The Tatum stopper, we have 2 of them. So I just want to let people know that when this team gets firing on all cylinders, we get ourselves fully healthy, then you can expect kind of like the same thing that we've grown accustomed to over the past couple of years, deep playoff runs, possible chance at a championship. But you never know. You know, there are a lot of teams vying for that spot. Miami just have to make sure they put all the pieces together to make sure that happens. So any final words for the stream? I want to give you guys a chance to say whatever it is that you wanted to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, we never really got to see that Davion Mitchell, Nikola Jovic pick and roll action. Like, that's going to be unguardable. I can't wait to see Davion and Jaime run more of that action together. Like, I don't know who you're supposed to guard. Like, who do you drop off in that sort of combination? Like, Spo's got a lot of options, and, like, I don't think Spo's had this many options in years. So it's gonna get dangerous for these teams out there. I'm telling you.
No, for sure. And I'm glad that you brought up Jaime Jaquez. Jaime Jaquez had 13 points tonight on 4 of 10 shooting. Let's not remember that. 0 of 2 from the three-point line also. But he got to the line 6 times. 5 of 6 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I think Jaime Jaquez is finally turning the corner. And I think he's coming around. Thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, I got a little bit. No, because I was reminded when Stone brought up Davion Mitchell. For the last couple of weeks, I've been saying that he low-key reminds me of like Norris Cole in the way that like he's able to get a rebound and push pace, attack the basket.
My comp has been like more so like Rajon Rondo.
Sure. No, I could see it. But just from a Heat perspective, like I remember Norris Cole getting boards and pushing pace, like going right to the rim, drawing fouls and stuff.
No, for sure.
I've been saying about Davion Mitchell, but he's starting to remind me of another great Heat guard, and that's Dwayne Wade. That chase down block. I know y'all saw that chase down block in the third quarter, and I had to wipe my glasses clean.
You mean the one right after he turned the ball over, right? And then he, yeah.
And I said, that's Dwayne Wade, which, by the way, led to a Terry Rozier 3, which you talk about confidence. A lot of guys will shit on Terry Rozier, DNP, coach's decision last game. That could kill a lot of guys' confidence.
For sure.
But to come in today, take 9 shots, the casual fan will tell you, oh, he shot 2 for 9. That's not what it's about. It's not about how many shots you make. It's not about outscoring the other team. It's about when you make these shots. And for Terry Rozier to hit that corner 3 after that nasty Davion Mitchell block, that's what superstars do. That's a momentum-changing play. And I just think outside of all those guys, we've talked about them all. You win games with your best players. I talked about Tyler Herro earlier. But Bam Adebayo took over in that third quarter, 12 points in the third quarter, while holding JJJ to 1 of 4 from 3. He just severely outplayed him tonight. And that's what superstars do. And that's the trend that we've been seeing.
And JJJ, one of the best players in the league, 31 points tonight. Bam made it difficult on him. Like it was nothing easy. I mean, sure, he shot 13 at AD from the floor, but I mean, he's going to do that most nights. Imagine what he would have done to a defender that wasn't Bam Adebayo. Like
we saw a couple Kyle Anderson matchups. It wasn't pretty.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we have enough. All right, don't let go of the rope. Keep building the tent. It's about toughness. Hardest working, most conditioned. You guys know the money.
And Bam tonight, he had 3 assists to 0 turnovers. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, 0 assists to 3 turnovers. Okay, my fault.
Well, we like that Bam's being aggressive in terms of looking for his own shot, and that sometimes that leads to turnovers. That's what happens when you ask the players to be more aggressive, and they turn the ball over a little bit more. And the assist thing is just. Yeah.
People don't understand the difference between a dead ball turnover and live ball. Dead ball turnovers are good. Like, it gives a defense a chance to set up. People don't understand that.
They don't know ball. But don't worry. Keep coming back here, and we'll keep analyzing the game for you guys, telling you the truth about this basketball team, and making sure that you understand what you really should be watching when you're dissecting this professional Miami Heat basketball team. So thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my 2 wonderful co-panelists. You can almost call them hosts. I'm not even going to lie. Stone, Real Hoop Talk, and, of course, the great Anthony DiNardo. Justin finally showed up for work. Justin, you can come on stage if you want to say anything to the people. If not, feel free to play the video. You're going to do neither? Don't worry about it, Justin. Oh, I'll play the video, Justin.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air. We about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe. You already know. Grab a